Good morning, everyone. Woo, welcome. Hang on, I lost my computer here for a second. Welcome to day 2 of our 5-day challenge. And this is the Love Your Farm Business Challenge going on every day this week. There's going to be 5 different videos. Yesterday was your dream customers and love your customers. And today is fall in love with your pricing. So we're going to talk about pricing. And this is a very common topic in the Facebook group. I see posts on there all the time for various ones of you saying, how much are you charging for your eggs, for instance, or how much are you charging for your lamb, maybe was last week, and things like that. So it's a very common issue, and I get emails on this all the time. It's something, excuse me, that a lot of you are struggling with. And oh good, Hayden says that you can hear me okay. So thank you, Hayden. So anyway, welcome to this fun challenge. And I'm very excited that tomorrow you get to talk to one of our students, our graduates of our course, Lori. So be sure to tune in tomorrow and every day this week. There's something of value every single day. So let me, because I made some notes here to be sure I give you the best value I can in this training. Let me make sure. Okay, so the one thing that's really important to remember, in America, we have created this mentality of food, and things we grow are a commodity, and that could be flowers or all the meat products, animal products, vegetables. Food is commodity, and commodity means that the lowest price wins. So if you don't change something about how you're thinking about pricing and how you price and how you connect with your customers, you will always lose because you will never be low enough to sell enough to be sustainable. It's a downward cycle. You'll end up going out of business. So you've got to change that mindset that your products are just a commodity. And in order to do that, it's not something you just do overnight. Be sure to watch yesterday's video where I talk about your dream customers, because you really have to know who you're selling to, who exactly your dream customer is. And we did some we do a lot of deep work in our course in that. But yesterday I gave you some great ideas on how to figure that out. Otherwise, you're going to be, when you don't do that work, you're going to continue attracting people who will challenge you on your pricing or who will never be willing to pay what it's worth. And again, I get these emails from you all the time. So I really want to help you get to a place where you can be sustainable and price sustainably and have a dreamy customer base that supports your raising your prices to make a profit so that you can continue serving them. Otherwise, you'll be out of business. So it's really important to make sure this happens. So once you identify who exactly is your perfect customer, and you're building your loyal base of customers, price is not an issue. I'm here to tell you that people don't buy from you based on price at that point. They come to you because of who you are and what you've identified you're selling them, and they don't even look at the price. So that's what your goal is in order to have a successful, sustainable, profitable farm. And how to do that is, I'll give you a few hints here, a few ideas. First of all, look at your, oh good, Monica, you're welcome, Monica. Look at your different products you're offering. Even if you're only offering one product with it, like maybe you're a flower grower. Well, within your flowers, there are different, maybe weddings are your premium product. What you want to identify is what are your kind of everyday products and what is your premium product? And so how do your products fit into the big picture? And then some of those entry-level products, for us, that would be eggs, can be lower priced. So our eggs, for instance, are $8 a dozen, and we don't make money on them. They probably need to be, because we only have 100 hens, and they're moved to fresh grass or on pasture. They eat expensive feed. We probably need to be at about the $12 a dozen or more when I do those calculations to actually make them profitable. But there are people who are willing to drive 1 hour out to see us to buy those $8 a dozen pastured eggs, and then while they're here they will fill a cooler with $200 worth of meat. So those eggs, we have chosen to continue doing eggs at the $8 mark because of where they fit into our big picture. And for you, that might, you know, figure out what that is for you. That can be something else. And then our premium products, we sell grass-fed beef too, but our really super premium product that we can charge as much as we want for is raw milk, because it's very hard to get here in Oregon. It's hard to produce, and there's a constant turnover of producers. Like a producer will last just a couple years and then they're gone. So it's very difficult to find, and it's very expensive to produce, which means if I'm going to do all that hard work, it's going to be priced at a premium. And again, people don't bat an eye because of, you know, we've got our dream customers like we talked about yesterday. So, and the ones who are concerned about price are not attracted to us or our farm. So we have a full customer base buying all the milk we can produce because we've done the deep work of attracting the customer base that supports that, and that's our premium product. And I would say another premium product we offer is our pastured turkeys at Thanksgiving. And I think we charge $8 a pound. We'll go up to $9 a pound this year, because again, those are very hard to find. To find turkeys at Thanksgiving that are fresh for Thanksgiving, you just don't find that on farms around here. So they're a premium price. So that gives you an idea that we have different levels of pricing based on where our products fit into the big picture. So be sure to do that. Be sure that you've got a really premium thing going on, even if you're only producing one thing. And maybe it's the value added things. Maybe it's the yogurt that you make or the butter that you make. If we were allowed to make butter, that would be a very premium product. So figure out what that is, and identify which products and how they fit in, whether on the lower level or the higher level. And okay, so Amity said, that's me, the flower grower, and she wants to attract photographers to buy styling packages. So Amity, that's crazy good. That's just what I'm talking about. So your photographers will buy a styling package and they will pay a premium price for that. And then maybe you have some bouquets on the side that aren't priced, you know, they're kind of like our eggs. They're an entry-level product to get people in there. So you have different levels. So it's important to identify what those are. And then I also want to say that I've never met a farmer who's charging too much for their stuff, their products. So if you're struggling between whether to charge $3.50 a dozen for your eggs or $5, neither one is enough money, you know. So when you do the first work of identifying your dream customers and building these deep relationships with them, then you can charge the real amount or something that will be sustainable. So don't worry about charging too much, because I have yet to meet a farmer where I've thought, wow, they're really overpriced. Because when you look at the end, you know, the final bills and everything, most people are not even close to making the profit that they should be. And, you know, $10 an hour for your work is not a sustainable wage in our part of the world. So it needs to be much higher than that. And I just don't meet many farmers, if any, who are doing that. The other thing, in order to make sure you're pricing your things right and to be able to increase your prices, is you need to quantify the results people are getting. So if you think you're selling raw milk, and so that's what you're going to advertise, that's what you're going to talk about, is here's our raw milk, it's from cows who are moved to fresh grass every day, and we feed a non-GMO grain that's locally milled. If that's what you think your product is, you're not going to connect with people, and you won't be able to work up to the price you need to charge to be sustainable. Instead, you need to figure out how to quantify the results people are getting. And in using the raw milk case, people will come to us and say their naturopath prescribed these probiotics that are costing them $400 a month, and so they've done a little legwork. They start buying our raw milk, which now at $24 a gallon seems really cheap to them, because they're no longer spending $400 a month on their probiotics. Or someone, I mean, we have multitudes of stories like that where people are off certain medications because they started eating our grass-fed beef. So you can quantify that. You can talk with them. And when you share these stories, which we share our customer stories by video to our email list, and other people hear it, and then they flock out to see us because they realize, they can change their health by changing their diet. Money and price is no object. They do not come into our farm store and ask how much this or that is. As a matter of fact, those people are not drawn to us or attracted to us at all. They're attracted to us for so many other reasons: connection and health and time and things like that. So there are, speaking of those, there are kind of 4 different ways. There's probably more, but 4 different ways you could be helping people with your products. So spend some time identifying which way that is. Some of those ways, I wrote some down. Time. Are you saving them time? Are you saving them money? And an example of saving them money, because here I am talking about how you have to, you aren't charging enough for your farm products. That would be things like a blog post on how to get 3 meals out of 1 chicken, for instance. So you're selling your chicken at a premium price, but you're also educating them on how to get more than 1 meal out of it. So all of a sudden that $35 chicken has stretched to 3 meals and then bone broth. So that's how you save them money. So it's not like you're not helping them. You are helping them be more efficient in their food buying and their food usage, so that their grocery bill is not astronomical just because they switch to a healthy diet. So the 4 ways: time, I mentioned; money, health, I've already talked about that. So many people come to us and seek out farm fresh food for health reasons. And lastly, community and connection. I kind of put those together. Most of our farm store is an hour from Portland, and they can get all the products in our farm store, not locally raised, but they can go to Whole Foods 5 minutes from their house and buy grass-fed beef. So why are they going to drive an hour to our farm store once a week, or every couple weeks, or once a month? It's because we've identified our dream customer by going through the exercise I talked about in yesterday's video. Comes to us for community and connection. So again, when we give them that community and connection, price doesn't matter. They don't look at the price. They come in our store and they are so excited to see Jenny. There's certain people that come on certain days to see the farm store employee that they connect with most. So today's Tuesday. So the Tuesday people tend to come because they love talking with Jenny, and they love the other people because they tend to all come on the same day that show up that day. And we have this party every day in the farm store with these people. That's why they're coming there. And so they don't even look at the prices on anything. So when you quantify the results people are getting by buying your products, price is not an issue. And then you express those to those people. So what I'd love for you to do now, I'm checking the time. I'd love for you, if you can, after listening to this, quantify what you do and put it in the comment below. So it's a different way of thinking. It's a different mindset. Instead of selling pastured chicken, what is it you're selling? So if you can just choose one of your products. Okay, let me see. I made a note. So instead of saying, well, we sell eggs from pastured hens and they eat a corn and soy-free diet, instead of saying that, because that won't connect with your customers and you're commoditizing your product when you do that, instead ask yourself, what are those eggs doing for your customers? What are they? And are you saving them time? Do they have hard-boiled eggs, which is an amazing snack, so you don't have to run by Burger King or something after school or at lunchtime? Don't commoditize them. Instead, what is that egg? What are those eggs really doing for your customers? Put that in the comments section, and you can do that. If you're listening to the replay, do it, because everyone will continue to read these and get ideas. So let's see if by doing that, we can get you doing some of the deep work that will result in you attracting the exact people that you want to serve and the people that will pay your prices. Because when you work this way and you do this deep work, people don't question your price. And then I'll keep going. I'm trying to not make these videos too long, but I do have a couple more ideas for you. So sometimes I get emails that someone raised their, or they're worried about raising their prices because they think everyone will desert them. Or they did send out that email raising their price and they lost 40% of their customer base. You know, their customers did desert them. So if you just send an email raising your price, then that is what's going to happen if you have not identified what those products are doing for your customers. All right, so, and if you're working really long hours on the farm, if you can't afford to hire the help you need, you can't afford to expand anymore to serve the customers who are demanding your products, something's really wrong on your farm. Whatever it is you're raising, you've got to get to a place where you can raise your prices so you can do those things that I just talked about. And that always comes back to properly conveying your product's value. And like I said, you're not selling pastured chicken. That's not conveying a value. It's, you know, if you're, oh, here, I actually wrote a little description before I got on here. So when you have a website or your Facebook page and you're creating a blog post or a post for your Facebook page and it says pastured chickens, GMO free, we're butchering this Saturday, come out and buy some. If that's what you say, you're commoditizing your food and people are going to want to look for the cheapest pastured chickens. But if you say something, for instance, like this, running the kids, and this would be appealing to my dream customer, not yours necessarily. You've got to do the work from yesterday to figure out what appeals to your dream customer. My dream customer would love to read an email from me that says, running the kids around all afternoon, trying to be a good mom, but then feeling guilty that you don't have time to figure out what you can make for dinner that's healthy. So yet another run through Burger King or Taco Bell, I can help. I've got 2 packs of pork chops and New York steaks, and I've curated 5 different recipes for each that take under 20 minutes to get from the refrigerator to the table. So stop the guilt, and I'll meet you in our farm store this week and help you with all of this. So when I put a Facebook post up that talks about the value my customer gets instead of the products, or I send an email out, we get so much response. And that's, you know, when you get, and response meaning money. So not likes. If likes on a Facebook page are not dollars, but what I'm talking about is dollars. So when you do those posts connected with your emails you write, and people are flocking out to your store or your farmer's market booth or your drop point and spending hundreds and thousands of dollars, then you've properly conveyed the value of your products. So let's see. Oh, and let me see if I covered all my notes, because I wanted to make sure that I give you guys tons of value in this video too. So another thing is, I just want to make sure that you figure or have a way to find out what the value is you're giving your customers. You could just say something like, send them an email, and the email can have a simple survey in there, such as, how can I improve how I serve you? And I did a whole video, a live video just on surveys. But how can I improve how I serve you? Or you could say, when you buy our products, what does that do for your family? Or what does it mean to you when you buy our products? And the answers they give you will give you clues as to the value you're providing, so you're not commoditizing your products. And let me see if there's anything else. Okay, so then when you do your relationship building, when you've identified your dream customer and you're building these deep relationships with them, then it becomes very easy to send that email or a series of emails that result in raising your prices to a point where you can be more sustainable and they don't bat an eye. So it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. You can't just send out an email today raising your prices without having done this earlier work, or you will experience a loss of customers. So look at yesterday's video, identify your dream customer, and start building community connection and a relationship with them. And then it's very easy to charge what you need to charge, which is more than I think I've seen any farmers charge. Most people are not charging enough. And so I'm gonna look at the comments here. Thanks you guys for commenting and trying this. So Lori, who you're going to hear from tomorrow at this time. Very excited to talk to you, Lori. She has a You Pick flower farm. We're not selling flowers. We're selling an experience, memories, a place to connect with loved ones, and the community. We're selling beauty and goodness and joy. So I happen, since Lori's a student, I know her ideal customer description. And when her ideal customer reads what Lori just wrote over there, you guys, in the comment section, I guess it would be below you. When her ideal customer looks on her website and it says, come and experience connection with the other ladies, and bring your sisters and your mothers and build memories and take some things home that will bring beauty to your life and peace, they're going to be drawn to that, and they're going to drive out to her place immediately. So that's a great example, Lori, of how you're not selling a commodity, which is a bouquet of flowers and where can we get the cheapest bouquet. You're selling so many more things that you've been able to identify in there. So look at all that value. Erin says, I made a list of all the things you can use our eggs for, and my husband, he sells to everyone at work, gives some ideas, and everyone loves how cheesy the yolks taste. So I keep that in mind and try and make recipes where the cheesy taste is up front. So that's a perfect example of Erin's husband is listening to what people say at work about their product. He's telling his wife, and then she is creating things that are that represent the values their customers have said they appreciate. And then her husband says, my husband and I also just love our animals, and we end up selling most of our stuff just talking about all the funny things that our animals do. Yeah, that's perfect. So look at that. That's entertainment. I mean, you're talking about, and that's how I first got my first raw milk customers, was I was just talking about getting my cow for the first time and all the crazy mistakes I made and the learning lessons, and people would just want to come buy milk from us. So a great example, Erin. And nowhere in there does she say, we sell pastured chickens that eat a GMO-free grain, or organic, or move the fresh grass every day. She doesn't say those things because that is what a farmer wants to hear, not your customers. And then Jennifer says, thanks. Jennifer's answering Lori in there, so I'll let you guys read that if you want. But thanks, you guys, for doing that, and I hope you try this with all your products. Figure out what is the value you're offering your customers, because it's not what you think it is. Once you do that and you have your ideal dream customers, you're going to connect with them so deeply. If you want more of this, we have opened registration for our course this week, which is a 5-week course where we spend hours and hours on the things I talked about today and yesterday and every day this week. And you can really learn how to connect with your customers and create this sustainable, profitable farm so that you will be in business for the long run serving your customers. So Hayden's going to have a link in there if you want to read more about the course. We have a private Facebook group just for the course too, where you get a ton of personalized coaching. You can read all about that and all the bonuses that come along with that, and you get lifetime access to it. So if you want more of everything we're talking about this week, look into taking the course with us. We coach you through it, and it starts next week. And otherwise, keep the comments coming, the questions, the emails, the support. The connection in this Facebook group is really wonderful. You guys are just, it's a delight to connect with you, but also to see all these connections going on there too. So take care, everyone. I will see you right here tomorrow, same time, where you get to talk to Lori, who's right there in the comments. So talk to you then. Bye-bye.